Mr. Ong Teng Koon.
Question 20, sir.
Mr. Speaker, HDB provides up to 2 housing loans at concessionary interest rate to eligible Singapore citizen households. This is generally sufficient to meet the life cycle needs of each flat buyer. Flat buyers also have the option of taking a bank loan. Nevertheless, HDB has extended a third housing loan upon careful consideration of the merits of each specific case, particularly for those with urgent need of housing but are unable to secure commercial financing options. These households must have sufficient savings and steady incomes to service the HDB loan. Last year, HDB received around 4,500 such appeals and assisted about 20% of the appeals, or about 900 households. HDB will continue to evaluate such appeals and extend flexibility where necessary.
Mr. Ong.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to ask the Minister, what is preventing the HDB from giving more such loans, given that the financing cost that HDB, the cost of borrowing that HDB has, the rate is much lower than the interest rate that HDB is getting from these loans. And if HDB is worried about the credit risks of these borrowers, can HDB consider over-collateralizing the loan by basically giving less loan for every dollar of flat that the applicant is borrowing against? Thank you, sir.
Mr. Speaker, there are basically two broad categories of cases where they will not be able to get the third housing loan when they apply for such a loan from HDB. The first would be cases where they in fact can get a loan from the bank, and HDB would then ask them to take a commercial loan because they are in fact eligible. The second would be the one that Mr. Ong has referred to. They can't get commercial loans from the bank and they are asking for a third HDB loan. And in most of these cases, the reason why HDB rejects or is unable to approve is because they are unable to service the loan to begin with. So there is an issue of them having difficulty with incomes, and the ability to service the loan is in question. So rather than having them overstretch themselves, I think it's more prudent for them to build up their savings, steady their incomes, and then they can consider applying for a HDB loan at a subsequent stage.